Another Chiro game, this time on Lakeville, again in a Tier 8 match. This one's a bit of a roller coaster. You'll see why shortly. But the enemy team is absolutely terrible. Our team is not that great. And it is standard battle. Not that that makes any difference, because on this map you should head to the city regardless of what game type it is. So IS3 drops some arcane wisdom at the beginning of the match. Meanwhile, RM5 Stuart goes to scout the valley because there is nowhere more appropriate for a small nimble tank with no armor and no real gun than a narrow choke point of boggy ground which you can't move in, which will be spotted anyway by the heavy tanks. Meanwhile, those of us with a brain head towards the city. Notice the cluster of 3 TDs that never left our initial spawn, and notice all the heavies going valley. So of this group heading city, the only top tier tank we have with us is the IS-3, and he is by no means actually good at this game. In fact, he's absolutely terrible at it. On the plus side, at least, he had the presence of mind to come to the city, unlike the rest of our team. So immediately Sterling gets up behind the church, spots a bunch of targets. I realise the IS-3 is going to try and camp that corner, so I cut up the inside of him and head up to support Sterling, which is not the best idea. I'm going to try and keep him alive as long as I could. First shot whips. I managed to get a couple into Cheeto and force him to back off. Unfortunately, somebody told that super version you can fire through walls, something most puppies don't actually realise. And a bit of a panicked shot there. Completely fails to hit anything, but at least I'm in cover now. I'm missing half my hit points, Sterling is missing 3/4 of his hit points, and Prime War is somewhere behind us. The enemy team have also sent a bunch of people to Valley, not that it matters. I managed to get lucky and set that IS-2 on fire, but before I have time to celebrate, we're getting flanked. Looking for a track on that IS-6, but he backs off. Sterling unfortunately gets killed as I'm in the middle of reloads. There's nothing I can do, but I'm loaded just in time to track the IS-6 and burn him. Then I have problems of my own as the Tiger 2 gets greedy and comes around the corner for me. Notice we still have 2 TDs in J4 and 1 pushed up to G4. That's as far as they move. In addition, we had 2 Tier 8 heavies in Valley, as well as a Tier 8 tank destroyer, which is already dead. I'm now alone on this corner. The IS-3 is actually behind me, but he's not doing anything. And now he's dead. Despite that, and despite having no hit points, I actually managed to hold this for quite a decent amount of time. Get a little help from Hardy there. And the ISU-152 is actually putting shots into the city here. In fact, I think I might have bad enough to him in the game, but I checked afterwards, he was the only one of those TDs who did anything significant. The other 2 just sat around with their dicks in their hands. Here I know I can't pen the Tiger from this angle, even with gold, but what I would like to do is try and pen the Tiger, because I know the ISU can hit him there. I also know the Tiger 2 is having trouble penning me at this angle, so I don't need to back up and give him a better target. So that's it. City's clean. The only thing left is this AMX. If I get lucky, I can clip him down in 3 shots. 2 shots if I high roll really high, I think. But definitely in 3. Unfortunately, it's going to come down to reflexes, and with 240 ping, reflexes are not my strength. Sure enough, I get one shot off before he finishes me. I was going to accelerate time through the rest of this match, but I actually decided against it because I would like to point out a few of the pubby's little bits of wisdom. First of all, so much for XVM, 74%. Well, that's my platoon. That's all my platoon. And now our Emil gets offended that I'm calling him out for doing very little. He did get 2 kills, he did a bit of damage, but he wasn't actually killing things he needed to kill when he needed to kill them. The ISU was. And the Proto was just being useless. I think he may have even been AFK for most of the game. This T-3485 seems really confused that with an XVM win chance of 74%, we somehow are not in the lead. Because fucking puppies don't know how math works. Probability is beyond them. So let's see what our guys in Valley are doing. Oh, that's what they're doing. Check out this pro tier play. Let's have a look at what happened here. Look what a KV4 died doing. Here we go, unless you're a general in the armed services, shut the fuck up. Okay, because it's not like a lot of World of Tanks players were in the military and still aren't good at the game or anything. And it's not like there are plenty of incompetent generals in the history of military war, or military history. I can't process words this early in the morning. Here we go. Our KV4. Cause I killed 3 here and there were 4 more in Valley. It's standard battle, not encounter. Why fucking go to city at all? A tier 8 heavy tank is asking why go to city on Lakeville. This guy, judging by that comment, goes to the Valley every single game and gets killed cresting that ridge every single game. And then let's have a look. Where is he? Oh, 51%. That's quite astonishing actually. I was expecting 43. But nope, that's the T-34. Okay, I'm gonna time accelerate now because I think that was the end of the puppy gold mine. Basically, to summarise this, our ISU somehow managed to save the game because the enemy team were even dumber than ours. And here we go, again the KV4 insisting that Valley is what wins this game. Or, sorry, wins this map. Which is complete bullshit. Anyone who's played this game for any length of time knows that. Our bot T-34 finally speaks up. Valley was holding. I don't think so. Thankfully, the enemy Hummel decided to push into Valley as well and press that ridge, because if RTDs had to go after it, I guarantee we would have found a way to draw or lose the game. Either way, thank you to that ISU. When I slagged off all the TDs sitting in mid, I guess you were exempt from that since you were actually doing something. But 2100 damage in a incredibly bad situation. You know, as weak as people make the Chiiri out to be, I don't think it's actually that bad. And while you've got other tanks around you to take the hits as well, you can actually do quite a bit of work. If I had maybe had 50 ping or 30 ping, I might have even been able to kill that AMX. Maybe. But at the end of the day, it was still a win. I still had a decent game, though not as good as I would have liked, so move on, I guess. This was played several weeks ago. I haven't really played the game much at all recently. So, yeah, I'd kind of forgotten this game even happened, honestly. But another example of why you do not go Valley and push it on Eliteville. If you're going to go Valley at all, you stop in the G line or the for the other side, the D line. In the back, on the back slope of that hill, you do not push over the hill. That's just asking for trouble. Valley, you hold. Middle, you spot from. City, you push. That's how this map works. It's how it's always worked. It's how it always will work. Valley is just not suitable for any kind of aggressive play at all. It never has been. It never will be.